This is Father Drew Christiansen, the editor-in-chief of America Magazine. This is the first in a series of video reflections on work of art for Advent and the Christmas season. Today I'll be reflecting on Domenico Veneziano's St. John the Baptist in the Desert, a small panel I found in the National Gallery of Art in Washington and was much a surprise to me. Domenico Veneziano's St. John the Baptist in the Desert is a painting about conversion. Though a small panel, it is striking. In the fourth gallery on the main floor of the National Gallery, where it is displayed, it stands out. Amidst colorful works by other early Renaissance painters, like Fra Angelico and Fra Filippo Lippi, its pale, sandy colors set it apart. Compared to saints in nearby paintings who are regally clothed in rich colors, the naked John causes one to pause. Art historians will point out that the saint's figure is one of the earliest Renaissance nudes on Greek and Roman models. But the artist depicts John like another young man, Giovanni Francesco di Bernardone, who we know better as Francis of Assisi, who publicly stripped himself as a sign of his conversion. With his left hand casting off his clothing, symbolically a luxurious red, and with his right hand, John is about to put on the pale brown camel's hair for which he would become known. As in baptism in the ancient church, the Baptist nakedness is a symbol both of renunciation and of new life. Erik Erikson, the psychohistorian, noted how a holy man of our own day, Mohandas Gandhi, wired Winston Churchill that it was his endeavor to be as naked as possible. Gandhi's nakedness, he explained, expressed the Mahatma's desire both to keep the inner man uncorrupted and to present to the world the outer man that might represent the inner man. The adolescent we see is not yet the John who preaches in the desert, "Prepare ye the way of the Lord." Veneziano will later do a fresco of John imagined at that stage of life, hair disheveled, face haggard, a strong man, at once exhausted by his mission and with his eyes upthrust, still devoted to his Lord. Here instead we have a callow, graceful youth, genteel enough to be putting his clothing down gently before he dons his camel hair coat and allows the wilderness to lead him to God, the horizon beyond the mountains. This is a painting of the early phase of conversion, when the spirit is willing but untested. Set against the jagged peaks of Veneziano's imagined Judean wilderness, the young John is caught up in the vast landscape of mystery. The desert mountains, though stylized, recall the mountains of Judah as well as of Umbria, where Francis and other Italian hermits of the Middle Ages fled to find God. The mountains also evoke the tremendum, the awesome divine mystery which overpowers, tests, and remakes the soul before it can be wholly transformed. Like the mountains, the camel hair, too, is a symbol of what C.S. Lewis once called our merry, rough God. Veneziano has captured the tension in our experience of the divine, both attractive and terrifying, fascinans et tremendum. The figure of John points to the gentleness and beauty by which God leads us. The desert landscape signifies the demands God places on us when we give ourselves over to Him. And if one studies the painting closely, on the lower right, deep within the rocks, there is a river quite like Wadi Kelt in the Judean wilderness, the water of life, with which first John and later Jesus baptized, and from which we, the Church, following our own conversions, arise in newness of life. I wish you a prayerful Advent and a blessed Christmas, and invite you all to return to the series to reflect with us on the art of Advent and Christmas.